do you think about this?
Oh, it's magical. I love the pine forests the most. Mostly because of what they smell like. I feel like every time I smell the pine forest, I get reinvigorated. And of course, the soft green moss, and it's just so soft, and even though it's freezing cold, I feel cozy. So crazy. I feel like it's a hug. The pine forest. Am I going the right way? Yeah, there's a blaze.
Looks like it. A lot of conifers blown down here. It's a good thing it slowed me down. I'm eating this protein bar. I think I'm gonna have to do a food review.
Hey, blaze.
First time we've seen conifers blown down like this.
Yeah.
We were walking in the deep shadows and saw a little ray of sunshine, and I thought, well, maybe that means there's a flat spot on top of that hill.
Bill knows his stuff.
Came up here and found a perfect little stealth campsite about 50 feet up from the trail, and the winds are blowing from the northwest, so
So it couldn't be any better.
we have a mountain blocking us from that direction. About perfect.
Oh, thank you, Bill.
How about them apples?
And we found water about a quarter of a mile before we got here.
That's right. I think this is where the bears live.
I don't think so. They like nice, cozy spots. They don't sleep out in the open.
I'm not going to tell her that's an animal trail right there, but we'll hear it during the night, I'm sure. There's another little spot, but I didn't see anything flat over there. So, lucky for us. Now I'm on the hunt for a tree to do a bear hang before it gets dark. Any final words?
Oh,
How was your day?
so
How was your day?
my day was amazing. 11 point something miles. I'm super happy.
11.75 miles.
Double digits. That's all I'm looking for. And it was gorgeous. About 2 miles of the hike was in the pine forest, which is my favorite place. So, yeah, no complaints here. Now I get coffee.
All right, we'll check in later. Good morning, pace setter.
Good morning.
You slept on top of a hill last night.
We stealth camped. You're not allowed to say that out loud.
Stealthy camping. So how was your morning?
You know, you win some and you lose some, and I lost this morning. Still crying.
You're out here. That's all that matters.
I am. I made it, but I got a little frozen. I didn't sleep well because I was cold. And we tried everything, and I couldn't get warm. And then I had to go to the bathroom in the morning, put on my shoes and socks. And I didn't think I needed my sealskins because it was warmer today. Well, feet got wet, feet got cold. It was a bad choice. And I couldn't get warm. And yeah, it's fine. I came down to the trail and ran a little bit to get my blood flowing. And I'm somewhat better, except there's something biting me on my right shoulder and I don't know what it is.
But it's going to be in the 50s today.
Yes, beautiful Okay.
No wind.
Nope. I guess that's why it was so cold this morning, because it was all clear and
Crystal clear night last night. No wind. Down in the mid-20s.
Hey, Blaze.
My feet are actually quite frozen at the moment. But start cold. Be bold, start cold or something.
That's what they say.
So that's what I'm doing. So we'll hike till 5:30, 6 o'clock tonight and repeat the process, and it should be in the 40s tonight.
What we do.
That's what we.
Working 9 to 5. What a way to make a living.
I think it's walking 9 to 5.
Oh, silly.
All right, everybody. Yeah, it was a cold morning, and sun's up, and we are on the trail.
Yes.
So we'll check in with you if we see something interesting. We're in another blowdown section. We've hiked through some already, and some muddy.
Oh boy, here we go again.
Here's a good one. This is a downhiller. The mud is thawing. It was really cold last night, and it's slick as snot. Just devastation. Powerful nature. That root ball is 18 feet tall.
Crazy. I'd forgotten my sumo squat practice in this slick mud. Going back to that.
Step on that piece of wood, that big log there on your left. There you go. This is like when I was when I was a kid playing in the canyons. We'd come home red
I know why.
every day.
Dale didn't care if the mud won.
Nope.
You were thrilled about it.
Tide washes. What's the tide?
I don't remember, but that was it. Tide gets it out.
Tide gets it out.
I'm gonna have to get some Tide for these pants.
I'll leave the camera on here for a minute. Looks like we're walking into a really big section here. Somebody made a homemade trail. It just goes on and on. I saw a lady about 30 minutes ago coming the opposite direction. She'd already come through all of this, and I said, good morning. And I said, how was your hike? And she said, it's a great morning for a hike. It was a great hike. And she was probably in her late 70s, about 4'8". Just as cheerful as she could be. It is pretty cool. But man, nature did some business here. These are all oaks. Big ones. Big ones. I'm not sure if this is coming through in the video or not, but it's pretty incredible. It just goes on and on. What are you doing there, base setter?
I'm taking my Ursack to the tree so the bears don't eat my food. It's a beautiful sunset behind me, though.
It is.
The life of a hiker, doing mundane things in beautiful places.
That's right. And so many down trees, it's pretty easy to find a bear hang. Gorgeous. Here she comes. It was a tough day.
It was, but I made it to the end.
Yeah.
And I got to double digits, so I'm happy.
Very good. We did 12 miles today.
Yep, 12 yesterday, 12 today. We're making progress.
We're making progress. All of the new hikers hung it on a teeny tiny broken branch right above the shelter. One of them tied it so close to the tree that it's actually touching the tree. So there's your proper bear hang. 12 feet off the ground, 6 feet down, 6 feet from each tree.
The day is done. Yay! Tomorrow I will not fall on my bum and slide in the mud.
Look at that full moon. It's not a full moon. It's
Close.
a couple of days. It's kind of missing the top left and the bottom right, which is weird.
Oh no, it's split.
Yeah,
The base. You didn't see
it
that?
was like that before.
It was before. Which is why I was questioning for the picture.
Weird shelter with a top bunk that doesn't go all the way across.
So, we prepared for a rainy day. Because that's what AT weather said. And lo and behold, we've got snow. Look, it's starting to accumulate. Ah, thank God it's an up because it's hot. And so it's working very well for me. Have a nice day.
Those flakes are huge. Look up. Look up.
Oh my gracious.
Look, icicles over here on the left.
I guess it's below 30.
I guess it's below 30. I'm sweating to death. This is where the old hotel used to be.
What hotel?
6,150 feet. Right here.
Where are you?
Come here and turn around and look back at these conifers.
Oh, wow.
Turn around and look behind you.